Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Under an awful lot of pressure, Bruno Fernandes. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, they say that there's been a bit of a renaissance, Peter, at the number 10 position, and this guy, Calhanoglu, is one of the players who has really shone in recent times. He's not the quickest, but both his delivery and his distribution are consistently excellent, and once he starts finding spaces about 5 to 10 yards outside the box, he can be a real handful for any opposition.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature. Bruno Fernandes! That carried quite a threat. And he's quick to snatch it back. And it's made its way to him. He is through here. Rafa Silva. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Barnes. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Wan-Bissaka. Rangers still without a single shot on target. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Lewis Skelly. Now it's Memphis Depay. Gallagher. Rafa Silva. Over to the other side.
There they go, hunting again. Marseille clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Eze. That has ended up in no man's land. Bernardo Silva. And it's Silva. Bruno Fernandes. To Calhanoglu. The pass has gone astray. Eze. Barnes. That's Eze. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Calhanoglu, it's a pretty loose pass. Eze running with the ball. Scamacca. And it's Calhanoglu. Robertson. Pass somewhat off target. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Memphis Depay. Good ball, good take. Now the delivery. Robertson, and he's had a hit! And for a moment, time stood still. Robertson. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Bruno Fernandes. Scamacca. And that could set him on his way. And that has not gone well. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And he shoots! Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Calhanoglu. Bernardo Silva. Here's Vitinha. Gabriel. Robertson. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And this is Bernardo Silva. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Now, who's going to be first to this? Pedro Porro climbs up big! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. He has found the way through. Taken back almost at once. Threads one in. Bernardo Silva. Saliba. And Gabriel. And it's Robertson. Calhanoglu. Now it's Memphis Depay. Barnes. Now it's Eze. He could be in here, and the shot! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Vitinha. Pedro Porro. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Bernardo Silva. He's shifting through the gears here. Tries a measured ball. Yep, it's a corner.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And it's been taken short. And a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. So off we go once more.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. Robertson for Çalhanoğlu, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's picked his way through.
Oh, super!
And a chance! They've done it! There is the breakthrough! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Après 50 minutes de jeu par le numéro 7.
Rangers are in front now, the game's only goal.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
And he's certainly caught him there, it's a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. Vitinha, Çalhanoğlu, Bruno Fernandes, Scamacca to Çalhanoğlu, and it's Vitinha. Memphis Depay. Now it's Eze, Vitinha.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Bruno Fernandes. And it's Çalhanoğlu. So the team's separated just by the one goal which came early in the second period. 1-0 the score. Nicked it back promptly. Nicely shaped ball. And he's picked out the run. Di Gregorio with the clearance. Gallagher. Now it's Memphis Depay. It's Memphis Depay! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Çalhanoğlu. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
And it's Silva. Knocks it out wide. It's a pretty loose pass.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Great vision.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Gallagher. Memphis Depay. Eze. Oh, he's bustling through here. That has ended up in no man's land.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity. Marseille really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just...
He's gone for goal.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Changement pour l'Olympique de Marseille. Le numéro
We have got
21.
changes here from both sides, in fact.
À leur place, le numéro 11, le numéro 40.
Robertson.
Attention, changement.
Real chance! Rangers perhaps contemplating their next change here. Pedro Porro. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Vitinha. Raspadori. Is there any support? Raspadori has fallen kindly here. Sticks it away. Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Marseille really will be annoyed. They failed to make anything of their lead, and it's so typical that this happens.
He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Not the most accurate pass.
Marseille clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very...
Bullish header! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Oh, looky, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Rangers making another change here. Saliba. Now it's Rafa Silva. He's had it taken off him. Gray. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Vitinha. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's had it nicked away.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
He's had a shot! Vitinha. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Robertson. That'll be a throw. Rafa Silva. Bruno Fernandes. It's a threatening ball. Decent chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Aimed in towards the centre.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe...
There's the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Pass somewhat off target. And here's Raspadori, takes a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
The message is simple, defend this with your lives. Oh, smashing header! Gomez gets rid without sophistication. He's not got that quite right. Rangers are looking to go forward now. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vitor Roque.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
Now it's Matheus Cunha. Vitinha.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Buonanotte has it out wide and in space. Great defending, strong and determined. There will be a throw-in. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And that will be the final act. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.